It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through, that I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way, from where we began.
You know we started.
Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
I'll tell you.
When I see you again.
First you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling strong, and what's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond, and that bond will never be broken, the love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach, so remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
Let the light guide your way. Yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Good evening, and welcome to the 64th Commencement exercise for Upper Dublin High School, honoring the class of 2018. On this momentous occasion, we thank you all for coming and for joining us in our final moments with this outstanding group of students as we celebrate their accomplishment of graduation. Thank you, members of the school board, Dr. Wheeler, Upper Dublin staff, parents, PTO members, community members, but most importantly, you, the students, for your support, for your encouragement, and for your trust. You are a wonderful class, and for all of us who have had the chance to interact with you, please know that it has been our honor. We thank Mr. Horn and the Upper Dublin High School band who played our preludes and the processional as we marched onto the field. And for everyone in attendance, we would now ask that you stand or remain standing for our national anthem and alma mater. Staff and students who are standing to my right, please turn to face the American flag.
say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the Hail upper Dublin, senior high, spirits of loyalty, cardinal in grey, leading the way onward to victory. First in our hearts and minds are you, proudly our colors fly. Onward in life we go from you, our upper Dublin high.
Thank you so much, Mr. Arnold and the Upper Dublin Choir. I would like to take this opportunity, oh, forgive me, you may be seated. Let's try that again. I would like to take this opportunity to recognize two members of the high school staff who will be retiring after very distinguished careers. They are Mr. Al Delangelo, guidance counselor, and Mrs. Sharon Bissio, math teacher. Would you please join me in recognizing these two individuals? It is now my absolute pleasure to introduce our student speakers. First will be the senior class president, Israel Harding, who will bring us commencement greetings. Following Israel, Kira Liss, and then Samuel Kaplan will provide our valedictory speeches. Since the elimination of class rank at the high school, writing and delivering the valedictory speeches is an opportunity that is available to all of our seniors. The top two speeches were chosen based on their excellent content and delivery. At this time, would you please welcome the class of 2018 President, Israel Harding.
Welcome, everyone, to the Class of 2018 graduation. I would like to take the time to thank the families of everyone, and especially my family, for their far travels. I would also like to thank Mr. Thompson for sticking through our whole journey. We miss you. Class of 2018, as you celebrate your graduation, I want you to also celebrate who you have become as an individual. There's something my mother has always told me. Israel, good isn't good enough if it can be better. Better is not better enough if it can be great. My mother once told me, good is not good enough if it can be better. Better is not better enough if it can be great. Well, class of 2018, I would like to take it a step further just for you. Great is not great enough if it can be excellent. Why not walk in the path of excellence? Why not be the best you can be? It is time for each and every one of you to take the thrones as kings and queens. It is time for each and every one of you to fight for what you believe in. See, there's a quote by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter most. All of your voices matter because your voice is your powder. All of you matter because all of you are the way that we pave for our future. All of you matter because you are the keys to unlocking success. See, I will not have a problem if all of you aim high and miss, but I will have a problem if all of you aim low and hit. Class of 2018, never settle for something that is less than. Never settle for something that you are not great enough for. Class of 2018, failure is not an option. And I want you to remember one thing, all of you are beautiful. All of you are great, and no matter how hard the trials and tribulations may seem, no matter what obstacles stand inside of your way, I want you to keep fighting for what you believe in. I want you to keep fighting for that success. I want you to stand tall. In class of 2018, I want to say one last thing. How do I say goodbye to what we had? Thank you. Our next speaker is going to be our own Careless.
Hello, friends, family, faculty, administrators, and the class of 2018. It is my honor and my privilege to be standing here before you as we celebrate this exciting, once-in-a-lifetime achievement. First, I want you to think of an elephant. Anyone will do. Now, yours might be a bit different from mine, but we can probably agree that it's big, really big, hindering any ability to see past it. Okay, good. We are staring up at essentially the same elephant, towering and untamable. And now I want you to imagine that you've been tasked with eating said elephant. I know what you're thinking, but bear with me here. Let's just say, hypothetically, that you had to stomach this elephant as if your life depended on it. So, what would you do? How would you tackle it? Where would you start? Hopefully, you will not try to take it on all at once. It's an overwhelming burden to bear, and if you view it in its entirety, you might hesitate to even start. I mean, if it seems so unmanageable, it might not be worth the time. I think the only reasonable solution is to start small, to focus not on the sum, but its parts. The single best way to eat an elephant, as my dad likes to say, is one bite at a time. You've already been tackling your metaphorical elephant, whether you realize it or not. Every experience you've had, every test, practice, performance, and discussion has led you to this point. You did not earn your cap and gown in one sitting. Your graduating today is the result of a steady, gradual, sustained effort. And when you reflect on your senior year, you won't think of an overall idea or theme. You'll remember the bits and pieces. The conversation you had that day in second period, the time you burst out laughing at lunch, the papers and exams, the eagles, the parade, the onslaught of snow, the school-wide walkout, the Lady Card's historic victory, the shows and concerts, the trips and teachers, the fun and friends. These are the things you'll hold on to. You'll remember chipping away at the elephant, little by little. Right now, you get a bit of a break. Your plate is empty. You can put down the utensils and relax. But if you peer into the distance, you'll notice the silhouette of another elephant. It's hard to tell, but this one looks even larger, and it's coming faster than it appears. You can waste time wondering how you'll devour the next year, the next semester, the next shift. Or you can take a breath and realize that one large bite is just a few little ones. Don't fear the elephant's gaze. Don't let it stop you. You've tackled that behemoth before, and you'll do it again, one small bite at a time. Congratulations, class of 2018. It's worth the effort. It really is. I hope you're not even close to full. Thank you. And now it is my pleasure to welcome up Sam Kaplan.
We spend a large portion of our lives commuting. According to one study, Americans commute to work for a combined total of 1.8 trillion minutes a year. We so often focus on getting to places that our own lives begin to mirror a commute. Whether it be binge watching a Netflix series to have it finished, or showing up to a club event for a quote-unquote easy point, our activities become boxes that need to be checked in order to get from point A to point B. Even our high school journey as a whole can be considered a commute of sorts. We have spent the past 4 years trying to check off as many boxes as possible, taking challenging courses, joining clubs, attending myriad school events, all to get from point A, childhood, to point B, adulthood and college. My intention is not to reiterate what we've all heard before with stop and smell the roses every once in a while, or it's more about the journey than the destination, but I want to explain how we can still find meaning in a journey that, whether we intended it or not, has become commute-like. Of course, there will always be things in our lives we won't necessarily want to do. Difficult assignments, going to awkward family gatherings or doctor's visits, or even attending long, overcrowded, monumental ceremonies that culminate in experience. But between these activities, these boxes we've checked, there is meaning. So if it's not the clubs, the grades, the classes that keep us from remembering high school as a set of steps, what is it? What do we need to remember and preserve? The answer to this question, class of 2018, is right beside you. If you look to your left and to your right and in the bleachers, you will see faces. Faces of people who have been around us for this whole journey. The faces of parents, teachers, siblings, friends, administrators, classmates, acquaintances, and the people in our lives. These people are what make high school meaningful. So often we find ourselves taking them for granted. We flake on a friend to catch up on sleep. We ignore someone in the hallway because we are too stressed about school. We're a little more frustrated than we should be with a teacher because a test didn't go our way. But at the end of the day, these relationships are what matter most. But as we begin a new chapter and high school begins to fade, we have a tendency to abandon the notion that our years from 14 to 18 existed in any form. We let go. We forget. The first thing to go is the academic information we find least exciting, but some of the experiences and relationships seem to leave with it. We narrow our circle of friends, we unfollow people on social media. We feel that in order to succeed in life, we need to purge high school from our being. And sure, it's great to have a reset button, but we have achieved and succeeded beyond our wildest dreams here, whether that be in a district or state playoff game, a standardized test, or a concert. And the only way that excitement can stay alive is through these relationships. Keeping relationships alive can feel like a burden sometimes, sure, but who else is going to remember the amazing girls basketball team win at the Hershey Center? Who else is going to remember when the fire alarm went off during Spirit Week? Who else is going to remember this upper Dublin version of you? The you that existed before college majors and career choices. In some ways, the you in your most pure form. And it's never too late. Class of 2018, if there is someone in the sea of caps and gowns you still want to get to know them. If there is a teacher you think is cool, introduce yourself. Build these relationships. Even if you come back on winter break and want to meet someone in our grade you never got the chance to talk to, reach out. The people around you at this very moment can and will serve as a wealth of comfort and support to you. Appreciate that. Although we will all move on to do amazing things, these past 4 years, despite how short they have been, should never become just a commute. Keep the relationships alive, stay connected, and one day, at a reunion 20 or so years from now, we will all be able to celebrate how each of our dreams has become a reality. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Arnold and the choir, for the beautiful music. It is now my pleasure to welcome our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Deborah Wheeler, for her remarks to the class of 2018. We deeply appreciate her unwavering support and her devotion to our students, to our school, and to our district. Dr. Wheeler.
Thank you. Good evening, Dr. Levinowitz, Mr. Schultz, members of the Board of School Directors, members of our faculty and staff, parents, families, and friends, and most of all, congratulations to our graduates. This truly is a time for celebration. 4 years ago, we arrived together at Upper Dublin High School, you as freshmen, and me as the new superintendent of schools. That makes your class very special to me, as the first class that I have worked with throughout your high school experience. And it makes me incredibly proud as I have watched you become the accomplished men and women sitting before us now. In the world of public education, we have many metrics by which to measure the quality of a school district. I assert that the ultimate measure is the success of our graduates, and our class of 2018 exemplifies this excellence. When I speak to groups about Upper Dublin High School, I often reflect on the cardinal window mounted in the cafeteria. It may seem insignificant, but I believe it is fitting and right that I cite that cardinal window now, because your class, the class of 2018, fully exemplifies the standards etched on that window. Excellence in academics, excellence in activities, excellence in athletics. And you have done so with style and with grace. And now our thoughts move to the future, and our time together is drawing to its close. It is customary, some would say obligatory, to quote great thinkers during graduation ceremonies. And so, I turn to one of the great thinkers of our time, who I sense may have influenced many of you, the author J.K. Rowling. Rowling wisely reminds us that it is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default. Graduates, as you leave us, I urge you to embrace the opportunities before you. Don't fail by default. Continue to work hard and seize the challenges, the inevitable disappointments, and the occasional failures that you will encounter. Be bold, be brave, be insightful, be innovative. You are about to join that very special group of people known as Upper Dublin alumni. And as you leave us to go into the world, remember us. Let us know how you are doing. You will always be cardinals, and this will always be your nest. Thank you in advance for continuing to make us Upper Dublin proud. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Dr. Wheeler. At this time, I respectfully request that our graduates please rise. To the President of the Board of School Directors, Dr. Levinowitz, I certify that the students before you have completed all of the necessary school, county, and state requirements for a degree from Upper Dublin High School. It is my honor to present to you the class of 2018. Students, please be seated. Dr. Levinowitz, please come to the podium.
Good evening. It is an honor to have the responsibility to close out this part of the evening and finally get to the reason we are all here tonight, which is the presentation of the diplomas. So I promise I will be brief in my comments. First, applaud. Brief. I gotta get some applause. Thank you. First, some recognitions. A school board consists of 9 elected individuals and the superintendent. 7 board members are here tonight, and I'd like to introduce them at this time. Colleagues, please stand as I announce your name. Vice President Sarah Johnson Rothman. Amy Francic. Dr. Robert Kim. Dr. Joan Ludwig, Mr. Stan Rovsky, and Ms. Teacher Sherpier. Unable to be here tonight is Vanessa Good and Mark Sirota. You may be seated. They never listened to me before. It's amazing. I am honored to serve this community with an extremely dedicated and caring group of leaders. The school board is often referred to as a team of 10, the 9 school board members and the superintendent. A special thank you to Dr. Wheeler for serving this community over the past 4 years. I guess we can say that tonight's graduating class includes Dr. Wheeler. On behalf of the board and the entire Upper Dublin family, we wish her the very best in her retirement. I also want to thank all of our teachers, administrators, and staff who are in attendance tonight. I know it means so much to the graduates that you are here on this very special occasion. Thank you, staff. Underdog, a competitor thought to have little chance of winning a fight or a contest. Someone who is hardly noticed. Kind of the opposite of popular or the best, but not exactly the worst. Synonyms: long shot, dark horse, weaker one, little guy. Class of 2018 in the Philadelphia region and in Upper Dublin. 2018 was the year of the underdog. No doubt our Philadelphia Eagles were truly underdogs. And we know how that turned out for our Eagles. Our girls basketball team ranked 9th in District 1. First faced the #1 team in District 12. Then the remainder of the games were all teams in District 1 that ranked higher than us. Mr. Funston, just make sure I'm right here, okay? We faced 1-3, ranked 3rd, ranked 5th. We then won, and then 2. And we beat them all. We beat them all. Our girls were truly underdogs during their amazing playoff run to the 6A championship, and I congratulate them. People love the story of an underdog. A journey that captures relatable challenges and seemingly insurmountable odds to be overcome by the little guy in the face of adversity. There's something intrinsically human about the tale of an underdog, and it taps into our capacity to hope for the future and dream big. It also teaches us about disrupting common beliefs and overcoming and confronting society's stigmas. Ultimately, being an underdog allows you to see a bigger, clearer picture. There's so much more to do, and starting from the bottom, you get a unique perspective about what it takes to move to that next level. Class of 2018, I urge you to view life from the perspective of an underdog. Have the spirit of the underdog. Your spirit to succeed burns brighter than ever. The dog determination to make a better life for yourself becomes your driving motivation. It's the challenges that life throws at us that makes us stronger, more resilient, and even hungrier to succeed. In closing, class of 2018, year of the underdog, as you leave the cardinal nest, I ask you to remember that every day you have the opportunity to learn and experience something and someone new. Seize that opportunity, learn and experience everything you can, and use it to make a change. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your inner voice. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. And most importantly, Never, never, never compromise on your ethics and integrity. Class of 2018, may you stay forever young, forever proud, and forever a Cardinal. Thank you. Now, let's get to why we are all here tonight, the presentation of the diplomas. Our Dublin class of 2018, your principal has already announced that you have fulfilled all the high school graduation requirements. I am pleased to announce that on Monday, June 4th, 2018, the Board of School Directors of the School District of Upper Dublin approved the list of graduates. At this time, I ask my colleagues on the board, Dr. Wheeler and Mr. Schultz, to join with me in the presentation of the 375 diplomas. Once again, congratulations, class of 2018.
We will now begin roll call for the class of 2018. Courtney Gabrielle Abramic. Maximilian Jacob Adams. Noah Alan. Brian Philip Amata. Rachel Elizabeth Arnold. Ross Jacob Aronow. Jamie Rebecca Asaraf. Sydney Jordan Avery. Jessica Marie Baginski. Gerald William Bartle. Blake Bayless. Anastasia Berger. Ryan Anthony Bisaccio. Mark Ryan Betterly. Cole Christian Bischoff. Kyle Andrew Bischoff. Gabriel William Block. Haley Brooke Block. Madison Lee Bogle. Ashley Angel Bonani. Malik Darrell Bootman. Cameron Stillman Brady. Ryan James Brady. Noah T. Brecker. Gabrielle Megan Breslin. Garrett Breslin. Garrett Michael Breslin. Riley Joseph Brink. Bailey Aaron Broderick. Zoe Christine Brous. Benjamin Bruger. Margaret Bruger. Corey Brighton. Elizabeth Kathleen Burns. Gabriel Patrick Burns. Kamwu Andy Byun. Samuel M. Kaplan. Matthew Peter Carpenter. Victoria Casal. Jacob Catania. Anthony Joseph Sermonara. Samantha Ashley Chadrow. Benjamin Ross Chaffetz. Samara Chaffetz. Charlie L. Cheng. Carlia Tiara China. Ravikar Chinnapapanagari. Michael Hennessy Chiodo. Hyun Chaley Cho. Lin Choi. Kenneth Hassani Wade Christian II. Carly Nicole Simberg. Cole David Sinberg. Catherine Riley Sinberg. Bryce David Klaus. Noam Cohen. Maxwell Andrew Coletti. Justin William Colon. Christopher Robert Connor. Dylan Samuel Cook. Elise Rebecca Corey. Sienna Catherine Costanzo. John Lorenzo Crane. Hannah Carly Crespi. Isabella Rose Croce. Nicholas William Rosario Cucanati. Yiling Chui. Maeve DeAndrea. Owen Christopher Dartley. Agnes Statz. Natalie Flexner David. Colin Edward Deegan. Sydney Ariel Delfiner. Bryn Allison Demers. Alexandra Emily DeMichael. Alyssa Ann Denon. Rocco Natalino De Simone. Kevin Michael Devlin. Chase Mohan Doble. Tyler Dieck. Sarah Nicole DeFolgo. Takira Iana Dodd. Jessica L. Dahl. Noemi Kiara Donato. Ethan Miles Dortort. Shuzwa Kevin Dwan. Taylor Rose Edelson. Taha El Rinjawi. James Lou Entra. Jeremiah Duncan Everfield. Dylan Joseph Fagan. Amy Lynn Feldman. Timothy Feng. Charles Ferry. Remy Page Fine. Edward David Finley Jr. Jeffrey Alexander Fishman. Alexander H.L. Flynn. Victoria Frances Formwell. Olivia Grace Franklin. Taylor Paige Freed. Anna Elizabeth Gall. Erin Lauren Gallagher. Jacqueline Ann Gallen. Elena M. Gamble. Elizabeth L. Gall. Robin Sandra Geiger. Alexander Patrick Gerlach. Joseph W. Giwertowski. Naomi Gewurtzman. Lindsay Faith Gilbert. Julian Paul Lawrence Gimbel. Daniel Thomas Glick. Matthew Yale Gold. Brittany Morgan Goldsman. Gwendolyn Rose Gorman. Caitlin Lee Graham. Sadie Lee Gustafson. Abigail McKinley Haas. Brenna Kathleen Haggerty. Jansen Haldeman. Julianne Lam Ham. Yunji Angelina Han. Yiji Han. Joseph Edward Hansen.
Nita Aisha Hawk. Israel Josiah Harding. Joshua Hayes. Noah Jonathan Headley. Michael Alexander Henning. Sarah Jean Hirschenroder. David Hernandez Vega. Thomas William Hiltwine. Louis Samuel Hoffman. Victoria Liv Hoffner. Abigail Sarah Holbrook. Samantha Rose Hopkins. Ryan Matthew Howie. Eric Y. Hugh. Stephanie Grace Hugg. Ryan N. Huggins. Annalise Claire Israel. Julia Ivanovsky. Brett Jacobson. Jack Jameson. Adam Jefferson Jones. Sue Un Jeon. Daniel E. Johnson. Devin Marie Jones. Samuel B. Joseph. Matthew Jun. Joshua J. Jung. Nicole Kaiser. Alexander Y. Kang. Benjamin Adam Kaplan. Samuel David Kassar. Daniel Victor Katz. Kian Bernard Keeler. Ellen Gina Kim. Jin Ho Kim. Zachary Alex Clevitt. Jonathan Samuel Klein. Victoria Lee Cowell. Kate Kula. Ashley Rose Kunkel. Soraya Cootie. Nyan Kowak. Madison Langley Walker. Nathan Lasorsa. Derek Julian Lawson. Sydney Leeming. Emily Jade Leckerman. Jennifer J. Lee. Moses Lee. Nicole Elizabeth Leventhal. Lily M. Levis. Amir Lewis. Felix Lee. David James Lillo. Kara Gail Liss. Anne Zhang Liu. Autumn Antonio Lizell. Longan Loy. Dylan A. Lojeski. Anthony Samuel Long. Ian Patrick Lowndes. Jacqueline Lozado Cabello. Elizabeth Ann Luddy. Molly Elizabeth Lunny. Zachary McDonald. Rachel Devin Madnick. Leah Elizabeth Manchifesta. Jordan Rebecca Marburg. Jacob Alexander Marcus. Jenna Elizabeth Marcus. Henry Christopher Marlowe. Jackson Orion McAdams Polito. Madison Carling McCarthy. Mitchell James McConnell. Tara Marie McDade. Christopher McDermott. Ashley Nicole McDonald. Brian McElhenney. Matthew S. McFadden. Ian McGonigal. Emma Jane Mead. Connor Fitzgerald Mercurio. Jingyoung Miao. Peter W. Michelson. Zachary A. Michelson. Quinn Middleton. Nina Victoria Mitchell. David Mullish. Grant William Malloy. Joseph Monahan. Amber Lee Montgomery. Jasmine Ashawn Moore. Samuel Ryan Moore. Donna S. Morgofsky. Ashley R. Morris. Joshua P. Morris. Joshua Marvin Moyer. Alejandra Sofia Mulero. Claire Maureen Mullen. Grace Claire Murphy. Grace Kendall Murphy. Margaret Grace Muston. Preeti Mysore. Star Amal Nasons. Corey Douglas Neal. Daniel William Ness. Devon Justine Nickens. Blake Ellen Nudis. Natalia Nish. Erin Kathleen O'Brien. Reese Caroline O'Connor. Peter A. O'Gara. Ellen So-hee Oh. Julie Ayla Ostroff. Rebecca May O'Toole. Sarah Joy Pack. Rachel Hunter Papalardo. Chris Park. Harak Park. Jacqueline Seo-hee Park. Callista Park. Brianna Elizabeth Parker. Gabrielle Lorraine Pascuzzi. Sarah Ann Patchak. Sarah Alana Chait Peckman.
Rebecca Lynn Pendleton. Jack Julius Pepperman. Emily Margaret Peters. Kristen Marie Petrus. Tina Lau Pfeffer. Lucas Piccini. Julie Morgan Pittacus. Samuel Michael Polin. Agnes Pilastri. Jared Pollock. Julia Mary Pollock. Kendall McCabe Preston. Jamie Michael Prince. Caitlin Hannah Pro. Jackson Pulley. Eric Lorenzo Pullian Jr. Leslie Q. Kwan. Sydney L. Kwan. Galen Reset. Julian Joseph Rath. Emma Margaret Rearson. Hayden Robert Reese. Tiasha Revel Hill. Elijah Paul Rivers. Timothy Rizzuto. Madeline Page Rolla. Carrie Jansen Romig. Kyle Peter Robsky. Elias H. Rosen. Emily Morgan Rosen. Joshua Adam Rosen. Taylor P. Rosen. Shoshana Haya Rosenstein. Haley Rose Ross. Kyle Logan Rubenstein. Rachel Barbara Rubenstein. Jill Lauren Rubenstein. Nichikan Lahadawan. Paul Raymond Russell. Edward Joseph Ryan. Allie Michelle Sampson. Stephen Sanders. Jordan Aaliyah Satz. Gabriella Alexis Saylor. Lindsay Morgan Schreiber. Nijay M. Scott. Gary Dismas Seeberger. Matthew Frank Seminara. Michael Jacob Seminara. Michael Shafkowitz. Deanna Jade Schaller. Sarah Catherine Sharp. Jeffrey Thomas Shepard. Danielle Silverman. Kenneth I. Simon III. Joshua Skinner. Charlotte Wise Smith. Christopher Lawrence Smith. Delaney Alden Smith. Jenna Madeline Smith. Roman Vi Smith. Nicholas Samuel Sowers. Lindsay P. Spector. Samantha G. Spector. Carly Rebecca Spike. Emily Rose Steinslofer. Max William Steinslofer. Bryn Helene Steck. Danielle Rose Stern. Dorian J. Stevenson Jr. Joshua Aaron Stingle. Corey Edward Stover. Dylan Lee Strauss. Jason Swartz. Jessica V. Sylvester. Caitlin Victoria Schlachta. Zachary Richard Schlachta. Sarah Tang. John Waters Tarsavage. Sabrina Simone Taylor. Madison Grace Templeton. Andrew Thomas. Sophia Rose Thornburg. Caroline Tilson. Madison Varallo. Anthony Lee Vighetti. Isabel Cameron Volivar. Ryan William Wagner. Caroline Rose Wall. Braden A. Walper. Emily Elizabeth Walters. Marcia Mutinu Wambua. Brian Chance Wong. Grace Wong. Brianna Elizabeth Washington. Corey Watkins. Sean Watkins. Anastasia Elise Weigel. Magdalene Elizabeth Weglos. Tyler Emily Weiss. Winslow August Weiss. Nathaniel Meade Wiggins. Seth Wild. Naomi Grace Wilford. James Brandon Williams. Kelsey Windle. Maxwell Weinbrake. Kayla Wolf. Dylan Joseph Wallner. Jason Harris Warrenoff. Danielle Spencer Wrigley. Hannah Wu. Shangrong Shu. Amanda C. Yang. Sue Yim. Caitlin Amber Yost. Andy Inquan Yoon. Arwin Phoebe Yoon. Sammy Yoon. Erica Rachel Young. Kevin Zhang.
Kevin?
Raymond D. Zhao. Rose Zhao. Michael Siganolfi.
Class of 2018, you're about 120 seconds away. On Thursday, we gathered in the gym before practicing for this grand ceremony, and while we were there, we spoke about respect, dignity, and pride which surround this monumental event. And I hope that based on what you just went through, you understand that significance. In the last 45 minutes or so, each one of you heard your name called, and that is a moment that you will keep with you for the rest of your lives. Your high school experiences, and your senior year in particular, are made up of a number of lasting memories, and tonight will likely be one which ends up at the top of the list. I would ask that you cherish it and that you realize its magnitude and you realize its importance. I met with many of you over the course of the school year to have reflective conversations regarding your experiences at Upper Dublin. Almost inevitably, these chats, as they were, started out with a rather corny reminder of your place in the journey of life and a recognition of your current position, one in which you're coming to the end of one road with decisions to make as to which direction you're going to take. Tonight, you have officially reached that place. And while many of you know exactly where you are going, I would ask that for one last time you pause to remember some key people who helped you get here. So to start, I would ask you to look at the individuals who are seated to my right, the school board and staff members who really did show you the way. And I would ask that you remember them with appreciation and do not ever hesitate to share with them, with us, updates regarding your accomplishments and your endeavors. I assure you it has been our pleasure to walk alongside you, and we would love to hear back from you and find out what your future brings. I would now ask that you turn and look into the stands, and you see them packed with friends and family members who are waving much quieter than they did earlier. And if you didn't pick up on it earlier, they are here to celebrate you. I want to make sure that you thank them tonight for the support, for the guidance, for the encouragement, and for the love that they have given to each one of you. You're going to grow, and you're going to move on, and you're going to do great things, and they are fully deserving of your gratitude as they provided you with the critical foundation. So I would ask that you take very seriously your responsibility to give back. You've been blessed with countless advantages on either side of you. And as you go now and you leave your mark on the world, be sure to do so while making a difference and going out and impacting the lives of others. Please know that we are excited for you and that we are deeply, deeply proud of you. So before we turn the tassels, I would like to recognize one other graduate. Dr. Wheeler, in honor of your service to the students and staff of Upper Dublin High School for the past 4 years, it is my distinct pleasure to present you with 2 gifts. The first is a Shine Award in honor of your commitment to all of us and to your character examples of selflessness, humility, integrity, nobility, and thank you very much, empathy. Dr. Levinowitz and Israel Harding, would you please join me at the podium? For the second gift, we would like to call your name and deliver to you an official Upper Dublin High School diploma. Dr. Deborah S. Wheeler. Well, that's part of it. Dr. Wheeler, you are now an honorary graduate of Upper Dublin and member of the class of 2018. I'd like you to now please, with all of that in mind, close our ceremony by delivering the class response.
Okay. Now I have to get serious again. I am so touched. Thank you. Tonight, we walked into the stadium. For many of you, this was the first time you have worn authentic academic regalia. And everything that we wear is very symbolic and very important. You notice the robes are different colors. You notice that we are wearing hoods that have very bright colors inside. In satin, that indicates the college or university from where we received our degree. The velvet stripe on our hood indicates the degree that we earned. So it all has meaning. Headgear is very important. Some of us are wearing a tam, others, as you, are wearing mortarboards. When you processed into the stadium, the tassel, which is very important, was on the right side. Now that you are graduates, I'm going to ask you to switch your tassel to the left side. Congratulations, class of 2018.
This concludes our program for the night. Thank you all for coming out one last time. Congratulations, class of 2018.